Hi, how are you all? Welcome back to my second part of this the total video tutorial related to Django CRUD. So in my previous video I've shown you how to come until here. So there is a form for us. This is actually a tutorial related to CRUD. CRUD means create, retrieve, update, delete. And apart from that, I would like to just a very insignificant activity called approve, which means let us assume that this is registration, and as and when the user registers and some admin need to approve that. It is just a small activity, so I just created an extra button here, approve, and only to create some distinction from the existing content in the okay. Now so let's go back to the code, and so my show is over here. So this view will show all the users who were registered through this form. Okay, and now whoever registers, they appear here under this URL pattern or route called show. Now we need to go for the next one is authentication. So authentication, it's very simple. If you remember yesterday I think in models, right? In models I added a separate feature called a field. It's just an extra field, is authenticated. It's a boolean field, right? So default maybe I think default is going to be false. Okay, and now since we did some changes, this is actually one of the blunders that I did yesterday. I forgot after adding this feature, and then I struggled a lot for almost 5-10 minutes, not 10 minutes, like some close to 5 minutes I was. So whenever we do some change in the model, it is better to make the migration, so that otherwise the application will become inconsistent, and we forget where we did the changes and all later. Python excuse me, manage.py, make migrations, and then migrate. See, that field is authenticated on user, that changed. Migrate. Now migrations are done. Now we can run the server. Python manage.py run server, and then what we need to do. So this is authenticated. By default it is false. Okay, so I already let me delete all this. I think I can go for one more and pip env shell, and then cd crud. I open one more terminal, and here I would like to use this terminal for the backend activity, and this terminal is going to take care of my server. And now here what I do is I delete all from all these users from, so that because I added this field. This field is latest. Already there were fields, and I don't know if let's see, like Python manage.py and then shell. So this will take us to Python shell. From user registration, here tab will not work. User registration dot models import user. It is not user registration. Why? What is the problem? User registration. Did I not ppnv shell? I think I did that wrong. It's already there. Yeah, no action avoid the environments. And okay, let me go back and go to the project. Python manage.py. So manage.py is not there. cd crud. I don't know, every time it is new to me. Python manage.py shell. From user registration dot models. I think there may be some spelling mistake. Models import user. Yeah, I think it was spelling mistake. I do have a lot of spelling mistakes. And now okay, users is equal to user objects dot all. So now for you in user in users, okay, you name, let's go for this. Yeah, there are 4, right? So the same thing for you in users, and then you delete. So that is actually a special property associated with every user instance saved in the database. Now let's see if yeah, all of them. So we can also check here. If I come back and say no user is there, I think I would have. Okay, anyway, fine. So actually, I was intended to see if that extra is authenticated is false or true. Anyway, whatever it is, like now MK same. I am going to. So it is going to be 06 15 1978, and now EMS 1 2 3, maybe some dummy, don't care. And let's come to show. So we have here, now let me users is equal to user objects dot, maybe I can use get pk equals 1. Now the user matching query, I think because I deleted them, right? So users is equal to user objects get name is equal to mk. Okay, and it's not users, it is I think I should have done yeah, it's not m user is equal to user, because there must be objects dot get name equal to mk. So there is a user called mk, right? User is authenticated. I think I did a spelling mistake. It's not ATHE, AUTHE. I'm extremely sorry. Authenticated. I do have so many spelling mistakes. So this is, so it is false, right? Okay, let's go back now, and now that feature is authenticated is the key ingredient for us to take care of is authenticated. Now, so whenever somebody come to this, so this is authenticated, right? Approve. So here what we need to do, that is the question. Okay, approve. See here there is a magic. Update never requires a starting point for the URL pattern, whereas approve and delete, let me forget about approve. Let me confine my discussion to update and delete. Update and delete, there are two different CRUD operations. Update, just a tag is sufficient, but whereas delete, a tag is not sufficient. We need to furnish a form for delete, because delete needs a starting point for URL pattern. I'll show you what is that, because this, you may feel that what I'm talking is a bit silly. It's not silly actually. At times we tend to waste a day or a couple of days only to find a very, 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 very small and insignificant item, part of the learning. Like after realization, we come to know that, oh my God, I wasted almost enough amount of time only for this small silly thing, kind of. So that is why I'm just warning you that you have to know URL pattern is very, very important. We just define the URL patterns just like that. Whenever we are in development, it is not like that. We have to be very careful. Now update, first I'll try to do the approve. So what is logic for the approve? Approve, I want to furnish, here comes the thing, like I want to, I don't kind of control Z. Even without form I can do approve, but whereas URL pattern is very, very important. We don't need to. So what I'm going to do here, maybe I can use that decoration comes later. We don't need whenever post request happens here, and that is going to trigger. Okay, let me start that from the. So let us assume that there is a post request, okay, and then immediately it trigger user, and I need to furnish ID here, because authenticate whom? There must be some definite user, right? And every user has ID. User objects get pk is equal to ID. And now what happens? User is authenticated. I think, I'm sorry for the spelling mistake. I have to carry on with the same blunder. There is no authentic. I better copy this from here, because these spelling mistakes are. I'm bored of this, handling these spelling mistakes. Authenticated is equal to true. Convert that into true. User save. This is very, very important. Please be cautious. And then return redirect. Yeah, redirect. Show. Same. Now I'm just redirecting to the same route or URL pattern, whatever it is. So this is authenticated. Now let me close the server, and because we have updated, let me go to the show now, and here in show I have to define URL. I have to furnish URL. This is show and user ID, because here in view it is user, so we have to remember this, and then we need to, this is user ID. If it is, say for instance, if it is something like USR, and that will be USR there, okay. So you have to take care of this, and then URLs. Now show is there. It is not show, right? I'm sorry. This is authenticate. Is it authenticate? Yeah, here I see, here I was correct in spelling, and there I did a mistake in models. Okay, anyway, authenticate, show, come here. No, this is not approve. I think we have to follow the URLs, right? I don't know what I am doing. Okay, something early in the morning, my brain is not going on well. It is approve, and here authenticate. Sorry, here it should be authenticate. The view is authenticate, and then and this is also going to be approve. Now in the template we simply put it as approve and user ID. That's it. Now this is going to trigger a post request, and then that request should be able to. Now let me open the server. Let me see. But the problem is, again I did a mistake. Here it should be we are supplying ID, right? Okay, I think now it is correct. So let me go back, and then if I do one thing, because see, I can approve here. You see, whenever I press this button, there is some sort of response here. So something happened, but I don't know whether whatever happened is correct or not. So remember, this is MK, and now user is equal to user objects, and get pk is equal to not pk, name is equal to mk. Okay, and then user is authenticated. I'm sorry for the spelling. True, right? It's working. But the problem is, see, this approve should, it's not a good design. Like, after approval, this button should change. The status of the button must change. Then it makes some sense, right? If user, if not user is authenticated, I'm sorry for the spelling mistake, then this should be there. Else, okay, else show something else there. It can be just a p tag with approved, small approved, something like that, and then end. Okay, and if now let's see what's going to happen. This is now I just formatted this. Okay, so now what happens, refresh, you see this is approved. I think it went down. That is because I have to furnish a class called a bootstrap class called D inline. You see approved. Now this is not approved. Let me press this. Now it is approved. So that makes a bit of MYA 123, and then date of birth. I think first one is month, and then day. Now let's go to, you see it is approved. It is waiting for the approval of the admin, and these are all approved. Now what happens, we can just make use of whoever approved, they are authenticated, and these people can be shown separately into some other route, like now maybe I don't know, I'll just go to the base, and here I copy once again. Here I will call them as authenticated, authenticated list of authenticated, approved list. I don't know, kind of. So now what we can do is, we can just where do we have, I think show, right? Yes. So I'll go to the views, and here I say def approved list request. Okay, and then I can make users, approved users, users equal to user objects users. So I can all, let me take all first, then approved users are those users I can just use as u for u in users if u is authenticated is equal to true. I don't know, kind of I'm just now what happens, return render request. I'm just trying to do some experiment. I don't know if it is I will succeed or not. I don't know that, but I am trying to do. Okay, and here A users, approved users are A users. Okay, what is the problem here? Okay, this one, that's it. Okay, u for u in users if u is authenticated is true. Yeah, so this should get us all approved users, not all the users but approved users. Now we'll go and create a template, approved users.html, And here what is that, it is just like, show table, same table, the template is same. And here what is the thing, for user, in approved users, and then furnish all these things, something like that. We don't want all this, we just want to see strategy. There is no end for strategy, you can just do anything and everything. Okay, I just want to show the list of again, I don't need all this, this is not required at all, because we already have one for such a thing. I mean, I don't need to furnish, update, delete and all everything, because we are already doing in this template show. So so A users, for user in A users, username, user password, user date of birth, I think that is sufficient. So we have we can do things endlessly, but that is not so now we have to go. There is approved users here, right? So what is the view? View is approved list. Okay, now go to the URLs, and then come here, and then here this is going to be approved list, and here this is the view name, this one, URLs approved list, and then list of approved list. Okay, that is the name of the. Now what we need to do is approved list, name is approved list. So there is view, approved list, and there is a template. Here we have the approved list, and in view, is it approved users? That is actually it is not show approved users, that is the HTML. Right, now I think it's all done. See, you got approved list. Now you go here, it's not coming. I think it is going to show approved list. What is the problem? I didn't save, I guess. I don't know. Where is approved list? Everything is saved. View saved. And then, so did I save all? Save all, yes. Approved list. Yeah, in base template, here it is show. I have to change this, right? Approved list. Okay, save. And now I think so Python run server. Okay. Oh, approved list not found. Approved list. Reverse for approved list not found. We don't need reverse for this. This appears because approved list, something went somewhere. This one is base. Yeah, approved. Spelling mistake. I told you I do hell lot of spelling mistakes. Now approved. So that's I don't know, maybe kind of. Okay. Now this is not coming. Approved list, nothing is coming, which means something wrong. Show, there are 2 approved people. Show, so that means here we failed to. Now for approved user in A users, print approved user name. So let's MKMS, it's coming. What's the problem then? So list is okay, we don't have any problem in the list. MKMS, 2 approved people are there. User registration approved list. A underscore users. A users. That's it. Okay, we don't need actions now. Why am I getting actions here? That is not there in the template. Okay, now we can take some sort of, this is approved list, and this is for admin, this is for admin to approve, not to approve, whatever. And here we got the approved list, and we can do anything and everything. These people are authorized to do some certain activities as per the policies of the organization, or maybe the firm. Like, if I'm the CEO of the firm, I can allocate some special tasks to these individuals, so something like that. Now it is so let's so that's done. Authentication is over. Now we have to go for the update. Okay, so for update, what we need to do, I'll go to the views. Okay, and then for update, it is, you see in the terminal, if you, in the base, for not in the base, actually show. So here it is where is it? This one, update, and this is this can be just a tag, doesn't matter. Okay, and even approval is also a tag, doesn't matter. So this is just going to trigger a post request, and let's see. So this is actually the for update, and now go back to the views. We'll go back to the views, and now if request method is equal to post, and then what we need to do, we are going to create a form, user reg form request post. Okay, I think we have to create this is from here onwards. We are going to have the ID user ID. User is equal to user objects dot get pk is equal to ID, and instance is equal to user. And now if form is valid, and then form save. So how does that happen? See, get the user related to this ID, input ID. So whenever I click here, okay, this update is going to pass the ID of this individual to this view function. Now we'll get the user based on that ID information, and then we create a form. So if there are changes in the form, if the form is valid, then save it. Else what? Then else just user is going to be just display this I think instance request post is not required. That's all. Instance user, that's it. Return render request. No, why do I need this? Render request is not required, and after it's being done, return redirect to show. Same. I have to come here. No, I'm sorry. So we have a template here, right? Return render request. We have a template here. We need to redirect this view form to a template, and I have to furnish the template here. User update HTML, and then user form is form. Okay, I'm going to pass the form to that template. Now we need to create this template. User template, user update, and what is this update? This is just going to be the form. What is that form? This form is nothing but add form, same form. User update is going to have the same form. Okay, form comes here and submit. I think this is okay, I guess. So there is view here. We have the view. View is going to get the information of the respective user and then creates the form. If the form is valid, then saves. Otherwise, get request. This is get request. For post request, this is the logic. For get request, this is the logic. For get request, it just shows the details of the user, whose ID, whose button was clicked. I think that's okay, fine. So this is a habit for me to stop the server and start the server. It may not be required. Now let me press the so we forgot the update. Doesn't require, as I said, it don't require the we just have to get the sufficient int ID, that is sufficient. And here I don't want to, it is just an update. I don't want to write myself because I do mistakes. Update, and this is going to be update, and this update should be assigned to base. Where is update? I think show here it should come. So URL update, and here user ID. Okay, and please be cautious, we've got user in that view, say we call it as user. Okay, save, and then show. Did I save this? Save, and then that's it. Now refresh. Update not found. Update is not a valid view function. Okay, fine. That is because update. Hopeless. I'm a hopeless guy. Update not found as update. Show update. What is the problem now? Update, user update, show views, URLs, update. Okay, fine. See here down, left down, you'll see that update. I've shown you. You see here, when I press the cursor, you'll find the URL pattern, and the ID is 5. It shows like that. Now this is the update for. I'm just going to change the, make some change in the date, and now that should be. It's not going back. After update, we have to go back to. Okay, fine. I'll go to the show. Now it is changed, but one small thing is, it should come automatically after save. Return, redirect, and then show. So after save, it should come automatically to back to update, and then this time again I go back to 15, submit, it come back, and now it is 15. Now this 21, I'll change it to maybe 15. Now it automatically come back, so now it is 15. Now 29, I make it update, 29 as 10, and now submit. Now it is 10. So that's all. Update is over. This approval is pending. That's okay. I add one more MSB and something MSB 1 2 3, and then 16, not 16. I'm sorry. I do this mistake. 16, 2011, 10, whatever. Doesn't matter. Show, you got MSB, something like that, and approval is pending, something, just a kind of drama. Okay, now delete. So the last one is going to be the delete, and the delete, for delete, it is very simple, but the caution is we need to have a starting, it cannot be like this. So if you keep like this, we need to ensure a form in the template. That is actually the, or at least we need to have a starting point in the URL. First I try the starting point without ensuring the form. Let's see, without ensuring the form. So I'll come back to the views, and here what is that? So when post request happens, find the user, delete needs id, user is equal to user objects get pk is equal to id. Now user delete, that's all. We don't need to save the user. Return redirect. Now show, so it goes back to the same but the thing is here for delete what happens, okay, let's come to the URL, and here first I experiment this with I want to put delete. Let's say I don't know, I'm just doing an experiment, and here it's going to be delete and this is delete. Okay, now go to the show, and here I think update is over now. Approve. Update is over. Where is delete? This one. So here this is just URL delete, that is the name of the user ID, and delete. I don't know if this is correct or not. Whether I can do this or not, I don't know, but usually the standard practice is that I have to furnish a form for delete action, and so this is so URL is okay, and then view is okay, and then in the template, yes, we have this delete. Now what is refresh, then come here, yeah, it shows delete, something like that, right? So I delete this particular, yes, it's working. So we don't need form actually. If you go to the documentation, I mean, it is actually a convention that we provide a form instead of just a tag for delete, but it's working on. But there are caveats, like, I don't want to prescribe this. Maybe in production it may not work, or it may not be a best practice in production. Maybe in development you can do kind of. Now I delete this is approved, but even then I want to delete this, delete it, and I want to add now the same person MSB, and then password MSB 123, and now 11/16/2011. By the way, if you suppose if I make 15, it will not accept. Oh, it's going on. Oh, that is date, right? Okay. Suppose MYA 123. So here first one should be the month, right? How come it is accepting 2011? Should not accept. Okay, anyway, so that's it. Oh, it's not going on. Okay. So show in KMYA add MS 123 5/21 2019 78. It is taking, okay, but if there is a mistake in the actually it need to show the error. I don't know why. Maybe something like that. It will. Okay, now I can approve, I can update, and now this is going to be 15 date, and now I can also delete. So this is a full-featured CRUD application, and whoever approved comes here, and unapproved people will not appear. Okay, now show one person who is MS not approved. So if you go to the approved list, that MS will not appear, something like this. So this is full-featured CRUD application, which I would like to do. Not that this tutorial has some special thing. I just added one element called approve, which is authentication, apart from the CRUD application, CRUD actions or CRUD operations. I thought it might be a bit useful because in most of the at times, like when users submit the data, that data may not there must be some check well before it goes to the database. We need to ensure that not for the users actually, but for it's additional security kind of thing, additional check, only to ensure that appropriate data is going to the database, something like that. Okay, thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for the new content and please subscribe to my video channel, press like button. Thank you.